Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. So today in this video I'm going to teach you how to make a jacket style kurti. So let's get into the video. To make this kurti I just took a multicolor fabric so that I can match the jacket with any one of this color. So first I'm starting by marking my shoulders. It's going to be like 5.5 inches to 6 inches. Just I'm taking 5.5 inches now. And the shoulder, normally I used to take like a 2.5 inches. The length of my armhole is again 6 inches, and from here I'm going to connect the line. And all these measurements are absolutely depends upon you and how much you want the height, length, everything you can adjust according to your size. So now I finished marking my armhole, and let me draw a line like this. Okay, for this project instead of 2.5 I'm going to give a half an inch for this, and I'm going to take the neckline width to be 3 inches because it's going to have a wide and a closed neckline. And you can see the height of the neckline would be like 2 inches. So you might wonder how we are going to get into the dress. At the end of the video I'll post you how the back neck would be. At the back you'll be having a small opening so that you can get into the dress in a very simple and neat way. Okay, so now I'm just cutting in the front neck like this. So it's going to act like a boat neckline. So in this multicolor I just took a blue color fabric which goes well with this kurti. So for the kurti I took 3 inches. For this coat I'm going to add 1 inch to that, and the neckline width is going to be like 4 inches. Okay, and the shoulder is going to remain the same, and you're going to decide what is going to be the height of this jacket. So I want the height of this jacket opening like a 3 inches. So from the top till that 3 inches you'd be having a big opening. So from the neckline width I'd be drawing a nice and neat shape like this. Okay, so again all you're going to do is just place this kurti fabric on top of your jacket, matching the folded edges together, and you're going to cut the armhole exactly as the shape of this kurti. So you can go with any kind of color that is in this multicolor kurti. I have red, yellow, green and blue. I went for blue color, so it just depends upon you. You can choose any color as you like if you buy a multicolor fabric like this. So now I'm getting into the neckline, and you can see it does have a very deep like such. And let me lay this jacket on top of this and I'll show you. So now I'm going to finish the neckline of the jacket with the bias strip. This is a bias strip of 1.5 inches, and I'm folding the bias strip in half, and I'd be attaching this bias strip matching the raw edge of the neckline to the pretty side of the fabric. So make sure you sew little by little at the time to finish off this neckline nice and neat. So it is not a removable jacket. It's only you get the illusion of jacket only when you see at the front side, and it's not going to have a continued pattern on the back side. So only at the front side you'd be having a jacket like style, but it is you can't remove the jacket, and we are going to sew this jacket with a kurti. Okay, so little by little you're going to sew into the neckline with this cross piece or a bias strip, whatever you call it as. So I'm going to sew this little by little, matching the raw edges together. So at the just at the point of turn, make sure that you fold the bias strip to get a neat finish. Okay, so like such I'm going to sew my entire neckline. So once it's done, all you're going to do is you're going to add some notches to the neckline. So we are going to put a top stitch for this. So before putting the top stitch, I just want to add some notches for the entire neckline like this. Okay, including the center point. So the center should have a nice and neat cut so that it turns really neat. Okay, so once it's done, the bias strip should be opened like this, and you're going to put a stitch on top of the bias strip. make sure you sew on the exact margin of the bias strip, so that this stitch will help the bias strip to turn nice and neat. Okay, so this is the pretty side of the fabric, and we are going to turn the bias strip to the wrong side. Okay, so once it's done, all you're going to do is just fold in the bias strip to the wrong side, and you're going to put a top stitch. Okay, so now you're seeing the wrong side of the fabric, and to the wrong side we are just enclosing all the raw edges, and we are just putting a stitch on top. Okay, so once it's done, all we are going to do is you're going to single fold the downside of the fabric, and make sure you put a basting stitch. Basting stitch is nothing but a big stitch in your machine, because once this jacket is attached to the fabric, we are going to remove the stitch. So just put a basting stitch. Okay, so now for the edges of the neckline, we are going to add a very beautiful contrasting color lace. So little by little I'm going to sew this lace on the exact margin of the neckline, like this. So you can use any kind of lace which goes well with your color, so which is in your fabric. That is, my kurti has a light gold color in that, so I thought of matching my neckline with the same light gold color lace. Okay, so again at the turn, make sure that you fold the lace nice and neat to give a neat turn. Okay, so I'm just going to go for the next side by adding this lace. Okay, so once it's done, we are going to do the same to the neckline. So I'm just adding the same bias strip for the neckline also, so matching the corners, that is the raw edges, together, and I'm sewing this bias strip to the pretty side of my kurti. Okay, so little by little I'm going to sew into the neckline. As this is like a U kind of neckline, make sure that you don't pull the fabric. Ease with the fabric, ease with the bias strip, and make sure you sew on the exact margin like this. Okay, so if you like this neckline design, and if you want more designs like this, don't forget to subscribe my channel, and also don't forget to hit on the thumbs up button below. So once it's done, make sure you add some notches, as this is a U kind of neckline. So after adding some notches, make sure that you put a top stitch to make the fold nice and neat. So once you add the top stitch, take the wrong side of the fabric and fold the bias strip to the wrong side, and you're going to put a stitch like such. Okay. So once after making this neckline, we are going to place our front side of the jacket part, and we're going to put a stitch on top of that. Okay. So now our neckline is ready. So all you're going to do is make sure you match the shoulders together and place the jacket part like such. Okay, and make sure that everything is in the place. And I'm going to take this to my sewing machine to finish off this style. So start by adding the stitch from the neckline. Okay, so just like that, you're going to sew on top of the neckline. It's a very simple neckline design, it's a very simple style, but really it's just going to look really beautiful. So it depends upon the color that you have in your fabric, you can choose this jacket. Okay, so hardly you need less than a half a meter to make this kind of jacket style, and if you want, you can make the same jacket for the front and also to the back, but I'm going to make this only for the front side. The back side is going to remain a same multicolor kurti fabric. Okay, once after attaching the neckline, I'm going to sew the down part of this. So once you sew the down part, make sure you remove the basting stitch which you given before. Okay, so little by little I'm sewing to the down part. So make sure that the fabric is not trapped inside the jacket. So smoothen the fabric before you sew that, and also before attaching the sleeves, make sure you sew both the armholes like this. Okay, now I'm just picking up the basting stitch like this, and once it's done, our neckline is completely ready. And hope you like this, and if you like these kind of designs, make sure that you click on the subscriber button below, and also don't forget to give a thumbs up. So see you next time with a different kind of neckline. Take care. Bye bye.